Keeping count of those living outside normal society. For the next few days, the Ending Community Homelessness Coalition, also known as ECHO, is fanning out across Travis County. The goal to find out how to better help those on the streets. Our Casey James went along to see the issue firsthand.
Teams of ECHO volunteers broke off in southeast Austin in search of those with no home. With Austin's unique terrain, the homeless population has plenty of wooded areas for them to lay their heads.
Very different community than the homeless you see downtown, sleeping rough on a street corner.
We walked up to the campsite, but no one was home. Gathering information is a challenge, but important to ECHO.
It helps us plan as a city for the services and the housing that we need to be able to provide.
Asking valuable questions is part of the mission.
Military status, the length of their homelessness, certain medical and mental illnesses.
Also asking about previous jobs, which they hope will help with future job training programs.
So we're going to come back later and see if we can catch him. Oh, speaking of which, actually.
We were just about to leave when 68-year-old Charles Allen walked up. This is his place.
How are you doing, man?
Charles was surprised by our cameras and apologized for not tidying up, and even grabbed his comb to clean up for the cameras. He said he wanted to look nice.
Is he still suffering from that hip?
Yeah. Charles worked most of his life in landscaping and construction, but fell off a ladder and broke his hip. He couldn't work, couldn't pay rent, and that's how he ended up here.
The hardest part is, really, there is no hard part.
Charles says he likes it out here. He has the permission from the landowner to stay, and he doesn't have to deal with everyday headaches.
There's no traffic, and I don't have to argue with anybody.
Plus, he has his best friend, Baby, to keep him company.
No, she drives me crazy.
With a sense of humor, Charles was happy to answer all the team's questions.
Not using or anything,
No.
right?
After a few more laughs, it was time for the team to head off and search for the next person. Casey James, KXAN News.
And going in depth on this story, just like the census, the information gathered during this count will allow Austin to receive federal funds to continue helping and providing housing and programs for the homeless. There are a number of issues to deal with. Look at the numbers here. In 2012, out of Austin's 2,200 plus homeless, 375 suffered from severe mental illness. 373 deal with some form of substance abuse. 740 were victims of domestic violence.